This episode of Comedy Bang Bang is brought to you by Squarespace. Whether you need a portfolio to showcase your work, a store to sell your products and services, or a blog to share your ideas, Squarespace gives you everything you need to make your next move into a reality, including a free domain. Not to mention, with Squarespace's beautifully designed templates and customizable features, creating a beautiful website is a simple and intuitive process. Simply add and arrange your content with the click of a mouse. Start your free trial today at squarespace.com and enter offer code Bang Bang to get 10% off your first purchase.
Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
Did you hear Michael Rappaport's retort about the report on Rappaport's Rapport with reporters? Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. That was a mouthful, but I got it done. Thank you to Mr. Malacca for that catchphrase submission. What's become of Mrs. Malacca, I wonder? Oh, who knows? Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang. There are none of us who can deny it certainly is the throes of April. Currently, April 3rd. Hope your April Fool's Day was filled with pranks. Do I hope it's filled with pranks or that there were no pranks? I don't know. It depends on how you like to celebrate April Fool's Day, I guess. But I just love pranks. Can't get enough of them. I mean, the highest form of humor, I think. Welcome to the show for another week. Comedy Bang Bang is the show. Scott Aukerman is my name, and we're really doing it. I mean, we're about a month shy of the 8th anniversary of this podcast. Really incredible. I can't believe how long we've been doing it, and we're at the halfway mark just about. What if I did this show for 16 years? That would be insane. I don't know. I guess it could happen. Who knows? We have a great show for you tonight. We have, why did I say tonight, by the way? This isn't like a late night show or anything. We're filming, or we're not even filming this. What am I talking about? We're taping this at like 10 in the morning. We have a great show for you today. Really, depending on any time of day that you're listening to it. So if it's 2 in the morning for you, great, it's tonight. Who cares? We have the top of the show, we have a very writer-centric episode. We're going to be talking about the writing process. A lot of people are very interested in the arts in general. And we're going to be talking about writing specifically. We have a writer of Marvel Comics is here, as well as a guest who is a writer and who instructs writers on how to write better. We'll be getting to them in just a second. And a little later, we'll be talking to a local Los Angeles celebrity. But why don't we get to it right now? Let's introduce our first guest. He is the current writer of Deadpool for Marvel Comics, and he is the soon-to-be writer of Guardians of the Galaxy for Marvel Comics, coming up with Free Comic Book Day in about a month. Please welcome Gerry Duggan. Hello.
Thank you for having me, buddy. How are you?
My pleasure. It's great to see you again. Earwolf listeners will remember you as Sir Richard from Nerd Poker as well.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I made it back from Glenishmore to here.
Mm-hmm. It's great to see you. We've known each other for quite a long time.
Yeah. We met in a comic shop.
That's right. You worked for Golden Apple here in Los Angeles,
Yep.
and Brian Posehn and I would go in there when we were writing Mr. Show.
Yep.
And I once got chewed out for it by Bob Odenkirk. When I first got onto Mr. Show, I thought the schedule was fluid. I imagined for some reason, and I know a few Saturday Night Live writers who may agree with this, but I had always heard comedy writing was sort of like that, where like you show up for a while, you can bow out for an hour.
Take a break.
As long as you stayed there all night, everything was cool. And I thought that's what Mr. Show was going to be. And so Brian and I took off in the middle of the day for about an hour to go to Golden Apple. And then I was just planning on staying till like 10 that night, you know, and then I got back and Bob Odenkirk yelled at me for taking off for an hour, and he's like, "We're here from 10 to 7. But then it was 8 and I was there. He's like, "But I guess you're here late."
Yeah.
But I had no idea that it had regular hours. But that's where we met. You were, describe your job.
Well, I got to Los Angeles, no car, so I was in trouble. But walked up and down Melrose just putting in applications. The guy at Golden Apple, Bill, said, "Yeah, I'll try you for 2 weeks."
Did you have an interest in the art form of comic books at the time?
Loved them, grew up reading them, learned to read, and
You learned to read.
I learned to read by reading comics, and Bill knew that I could do the job there that I don't think anyone else in the shop cared to do. No one really.
What was that job?
Well, you know, to be able to answer questions, you know, where was Beast's first appearance, that sort of nonsense. To go actually help people with comic books.
Isn't Beast's first appearance X-Men #1?
Yeah, but I like that's like
how
that's,
hard is that? I could do that.
That was beyond most of the people that were working there.
I mean, if you're just like getting into his solo appearances, that would be one thing before he joined the Avengers. But hey, what was the X-Men's first appearance?
Yeah.
Try X-Men 1,
Yes.
you idiot.
But
What was Spider-Man? Well, Spider-Man's first appearance, of course, Amazing Fantasy 15. So that doesn't hold water. My argument does not hold water at all.
But yeah, it was fun. Like I thought I was going to be at the comic shop saving up to buy a car to get into production work. But what I didn't know was that everyone in Hollywood that loved comics was coming in there. So I got to meet and become friends with you, friends with Brian. Patton was coming in.
You stumbled on friends there. Like it wasn't actually
Friends
true.
and future
Should I say
coworkers.
this?
Yeah.
It was like you were in the middle of saying friends. You were like, should I just say friendly?
Yeah.
No, I'll go with friends because we actually are friends.
Yes. People might find that hard to believe.
Is it so hard to believe two kids from the opposite end of the tracks could become friends?
Friends over comic books. Who would have thought?
So you worked at Golden Apple, and then you actually broke in. You and Brian Posehn wrote Deadpool together originally.
Yeah.
And you wrote a good 30 or so issues of that together, right?
Yep, we did. We wrote a whole volume of that together, and then now I've in a second volume. I have become the person with the most Deadpool credits to his name.
That is so insane. Even the
Yes.
person who created it
Yes.
did not write as many issues as you have written.
No.
And now, though, you are moving on from Deadpool, or are you still going to be writing Deadpool?
I'm gonna still be writing Deadpool, but I can feel like I'm the Logan of Deadpool now. Like,
Right.
I can feel like I'm a shabbling, shumbling mess of being over it.
So, fans of Deadpool, these issues coming up are not going to be good, apparently.
Yeah, nope. Sleepwalking through it.
But you're moving over to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is a huge title, and you're doing it right when the Guardians of the Galaxy movie is coming out.
I'm very lucky. Yeah, very lucky. And collaborators, we get a crack at the Guardians in May. You know, when that Free Comic Book Day is May 5th, the movie's out May 4th, and we're going to be twice monthly for a good long time, and it's fun. I don't know. Did you read Marvel Cosmic when you were a kid, or that you were into Spider-Man?
I was more into Spider-Man as a kid, but I've gone back and reread some of the Cosmic stuff.
Yeah.
And I was a big fan of the new iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy when they first came out in the Annihilation saga and all that kind of stuff. So I'm a big fan of the Guardians and what they did with them in the movie and all that. Blah blah blah. Comics. Goo. So this is great for you. Congratulations. People can pre-order the book now.
I don't know if it's going to be great for Guardians fans. We'll wait and see, but it's very good for me.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure you're going to do a great job with it. I mean, what a thrill to write a talking raccoon.
A raccoon with a machine gun.
Yeah.
It's, murders with swords, space stones, and all sorts of
Are they going to be
fun
space
things.
swords?
Well, we'll see.
What would the difference be? Because I know in Star Wars they were like, God, we love swords.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem like something that would be in outer space. Let's make it a laser sword.
Yeah, a laser sword will solve all the problems.
Yeah. So have you done anything like that where you're like, gosh, I really like ninja throwing stars, but that's not futuristic. Let's make them laser.
Let's make them laser, and
That one's on the house.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Well, this is very exciting for us because it's so seldom that we have two writers on the show. I mean, a lot of times we'll have a writer-performer. We'll have someone who's just a performer. Sometimes we'll have someone who's neither. I mean, we have run the gamut in guests, but two writers on the same show, this is incredible. And this gentleman is a very accomplished writer who has written several books, hundreds, if not thousands of books. And he has actually a podcast on the Howl app, the Widow Howl app, which is called Mr. Right. Is that correct?
That's right. With a W, it's a play on words.
Yes,
Do you understand?
Mr. R. No, sorry, got it wrong immediately.
No,
Mr. W. R-I-T-E.
That's correct.
And the second season of which comes out this week, I believe.
That's right as well. April the 5th.
April the 5th. So in just a couple of days, you'll be able to hear the second season of his podcast, which I believe I may be guest starring on that. So that's...
I don't know if you have appeared on
maybe
it, Scott
not me,
Aukerman. No.
but someone that I'm close with.
Could be someone you're close with. I'm not certain.
Please welcome to the show, Richard Bunn. Hello,
I'm Richard Bunn. Hello. Thank you so much for having me, Scott.
It's my pleasure.
It's my pleasure as well.
It truly is a double pleasure situation here. Is that
yes.
fair to say?
We are triple teaming on pleasure.
I'd
in a
like
way.
to triple the pleasure if that's all good.
It's like pleasure is getting fucked from behind and then also like jerking off two dicks.
Oh,
we're just like
my.
we're triple pleasuring it.
Well,
You seem very uncomfortable with me saying that, Richard.
my program is a little more PG-13 than that. And
Oh,
that's
really? So you say fuck once in a non-sexual context?
Roughly, yes. That felt more PG-25. No PG. No guidance. Parents are uninvited.
Parents are just out the door at this point.
No.
Like, what happened to the parents?
Parents are saying it wasn't like this when I was a kid.
It's like we got to the house, the door was swinging open, and there was trash everywhere, and just all the drawers strewn
And
everywhere.
a pile of cocaine and a dead body.
This is what the parent situation is with that sentence I said. So I apologize. I'll try to.
all right.
I'll try to rein it back in.
No worries.
Richard, tell us a little bit about yourself because you've not been on this show.
I have not. No, I appeared on your television program.
Yes, you were on the Comedy Bang Bang television show, so that's where we met.
Yes, and
The Randall Park episode.
yes. Oh, what a lovely gentleman. Such a treat to meet him as well.
Have you kept up with him? Have you become friends?
I have sent correspondence to him. I was able to locate an address for him. Don't know if it was current or not. At the local library. And I'll occasionally, on weekend mornings, I'll get up early. I'll have a decaf, and I will handwrite some letters and just mail them out and see who writes back.
I could tell. I knew you were going to fire off some missives, some old time posts.
Is that the sort of person I seem like? A missive firer offer?
Like I know you're not going to use
It's a compliment
the
to me.
electrostato mail. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why
absolutely.
the decaf? Do you not like caffeine? What?
I would.
Especially in the morning.
I think I would maybe have a heart attack if I had caffeine.
You are a very animated individual.
Yes, I'm animated. I'm high strung. I'm on a razor's edge.
Sure. Why do you believe that is? Is there something about your childhood or something? Why are you so high strung? Is it
I
just your
don't
natural
know.
inclination?
It must be just my natural energy levels. I'm not certain. I
You
wound
seem
too
like
tightly.
you seem like a hummingbird that's come to life as a human being.
I'll take that. Thank you.
and
Yes.
gained a soul in the process.
Sure, a hummingbird, a coiled spring.
Sure, we all know that animals don't have souls, but you actually,
No, they do not.
when you came to life, much like Pinocchio, you actually now will
Gained
get
a
in.
soul.
You will get into heaven if you accept the Lord Jesus Christ into your heart
I
as
am
your
taking
personal
you
savior.
Up. I am taking you up on that offer, Scott. Thank
Right.
you.
Oh, you're really? So you're taking me up on that? Oh, great. You're
That I will go to heaven? Oh,
Yes.
no, accept my Lord Jesus Christ?
yeah.
Sure, why not?
why not cover your bases?
Yes.
CYB.
Yes, no problem.
So, Richard, tell us about your art form. You're an author.
Yes, I am a writer. I am a novelist of hundreds and hundreds of novels, an amazing
You
quantity.
take 10 of those
novels.
hundreds and you get 1,000.
Yes, you stack them up, then you're eventually going to get to another zero, and you're up to thousands. And I am able to squirt out so many novels using my patented Bunn process.
The
Also-
Bunn process. We talked about this on the television show,
Yes.
but for the uninitiated among us out
Well,
there
sure.
in podcast land,
Yes.
take us through the Bunn process.
I could do that right now?
Please do.
Could I do that with Gerry?
Oh, sure.
Perhaps
Gerry,
with both
you're-
of you.
I'd be thrilled if there is some way that I can improve at all.
Well, I don't know about improve on your great work. I don't know about any of that, but it
I
is
think
a different
every
technique.
every artist can use some improvement.
Sure.
Sure,
Yeah.
it's a different technique, and again, it allows me to just churn them out, just high quantity stuff.
You're going to be doing, it seems to be like 24 issues of Guardians of the Galaxy a year. You need to be churning, Gerry.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I don't do enough of. I don't churn enough.
You're a lot
This
like
is Churn
Peter.
City.
You need to be churning.
It's great. Play on words.
Sure. Do you, a lot of those in your work, Richard?
It's my favorite thing. It's the reason I get up in the morning. Yes.
Not for that cup of decaf?
Yeah.
Well, a little of both, I suppose. But to shoehorn in as much wordplay, playing on words and puns.
Entendres and whatnot.
Entendre.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go.
Oh, crazy about entendre. So getting back to my process, also known as the bun technique for writers and writing, it is the way I've written all of my novels.
Are you sure? Because did you start from number one with the bun process? Really?
Well, I suppose I did. I stumbled upon it, and
And that's what made you become a writer is harnessing the power of the bun process?
Yes, what made me become a writer is that I felt like I was always a writer, but I'd had writer's block for my first 36, 38 years.
Oh, wow.
And then I wrote my first novel in just this very fashion in about 18 hours, maybe 22, I don't know, an even number of hours.
Wow.
And
So we're not talking 23. We're not talking 19.
No. Whenever you're estimating something, it's important to always have the two options be 2 hours apart or 2 units apart.
Sure.
It would never be 15 or 16. It would be, I don't know, 16 or 18.
Sure.
That just seems to be
Leave yourself the wiggle room.
Right, exactly. So I wrote this first novel that way, and it was such a success. If you measure success by
Completing it?
getting it done, yes.
Right.
Then it was a smashing success, and so I just kept up with it, and I never
I
stopped.
feel like a success every time I finish a television program. Just
wa-
watching.
watching.
Just watching. Yeah.
Yes,
I just tick it off. I'm like, hey, I accomplished something today.
yes, it was on my checklist.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what I do essentially is. I could guide you right through right now. if you'd like.
I'm
That would be
fascinated
amazing.
to hear
Okay,
about
all
the
right.
process, yeah.
So here's how it goes. First off, there's so many technological distractions. We turn off our telephones. Any other gadgets, gizmos?
You're holding a
electronic
glass of
whatsapps.
water. Is that something that he needs to turn off or discard?
That's fine. No, the glass of
The
water's
water
gonna be
is
fine.
okay
Water is
for the bun
okay.
process.
Water's going to be just fine. No problem.
That's
at
good
all.
because a lot of the earth is made up of it.
Oh yes, not
if
to
we-
mention our own bodies.
Sure. Yeah. If we had to dispel all of the water from our bodies before we started the bun process,
We'd be dried out husks covering bones.
we
And-
would
and
look
good
like mummified corpses at this
yes.
point. We don't want to do that.
Good luck
Yeah.
writing a book in that state. So anyway, you're fine with the water there, but
All right, good.
So gadgets, gizmos all turned off. Now take a deep breath.
Okay.
Great, you exhaled without me even telling you to. It's
a reflex. I've been
it's a
doing
great
that
instinct.
since I was
it's a
a
great
kid.
instinct to have. So
Thank you.
great. Now go ahead
I have
to
good instincts.
yes. Go ahead, close your eyes now.
Okay, my eyes are closed.
Great. Now take one more tiny half deep breath. That was a little too long. Just a tinier one than that. Perfect. Great. Now, with your eyes closed and in this relaxed state, now using your mind's eye, I want you to go into your fantasy imagination scape and just describe what you see in there with your mind's eye. What do you see? What images do you see?
Does this have to be Guardians of the Galaxy related?
It doesn't have to be, but if that helps you, feel free.
Yeah.
I see the Milano, and it's flying through a rainbow. Oh, wait, it's the Rainbow Bridge of Asgard. I'm going to cross over with Thor. I see Goldilocks. I see golden hairs and hammers and people fighting space horses.
Yes.
Oh, my God, this is amazing.
You opened your eyes. Close your eyes.
oh, no,
Jeepers,
jeez.
creepers.
Jerry, come on. You're in the middle of the
doing
bun
great.
process here. He's
You're
guiding
doing
you
great.
through it.
You're doing great. You had half a page there, tops.
Doesn't
now what
doesn't me
else?
opening my eyes, though, signify that I could be my own worst enemy?
No. Well, maybe it does,
don't
but-
trust your own instincts.
Yes.
Trust Richard's.
Got
Yes. Great. So what you're describing what you've seen there, and Goldilocks you'd mentioned, and then
I think he means Thor, right? That's Thor's nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said Goldilocks.
Yeah, well, that's what, like, the Thing would call him.
Yeah, the Thing would.
You've opened your eyes again, by the way, Jerry.
Wait, I thought we were. Don't. Wait,
You're still in the middle of it. You're
Hang on,
still
I
in
gotta
your
take another
you're in
breath.
your fantasy mindscape.
Yes.
Got it.
Great. And what do you see in there?
There's a raccoon with a machine gun,
Fantastic.
and he doesn't like the people that they're fighting. They sort of look like they could be alien ripoffs.
Oh boy, that's no good.
That's
Do you see a
not good.
calendar anywhere?
Now that you mention it, I do.
Fantastic. What year does it say?
It's Never Ember it's the far future. So we're in 2179 now.
That's what year it is. 2179. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, the raccoon with the machine gun. Continue.
He's got a tree friend, and they like to get out there and they're not good people. They're out for themselves, and along the way that they're trying to save the universe,
Yes.
save the galaxy, so that they can then
Yes.
get rich off it.
And what are they doing right now? Put it into action.
Right now they are fighting the Badoon. Anyone know who the Badoon is? You can Google it.
Yeah.
They
Great. How
fight-
are they fighting them?
Swords, machine guns. One of them just crashed a spaceship into another spaceship. I should be writing this down.
Yes,
We're
there
getting
we
it, we're
go.
getting it. All
right, good.
Fantastic. You can open your eyes now.
Oh, wait, I'm done. Oh, my
You're-
God.
Yes.
There you go.
That really was. I could feel something happening. Like I almost feel like I've got sweat on the back of my neck. And that's
Oh.
usually an afternoon thing.
Is
for
that a
me.
good sweat or bad sweat?
I think it's
That usually happens due to what I talked about previously in the episode.
exactly.
So, Richard, that was
Yes.
an example of the bun process,
That
where
was a
basically
little
Jerry
taste test.
he went into his mindscape and he just started describing everything he saw.
Everything he saw, and at no point did he edit anything he was saying. He didn't second guess himself. He just said everything that he was seeing.
And that's what you do with your books. You don't edit anything.
Not a word of it. I'm sitting down in front of my electronic typewriter and I'm typing away the entire time. I don't edit a gosh darn thing. I self-publish the next day, and I'm on to the next book.
Could we hear you do the bun process? Could we hear you go into it? Because,
Sure.
Yeah. I would
Sure.
love to hear just an example of the master at work.
Sure, not a problem. Okay. Well, this is gonna be difficult. I'm trying to put aside the book I was working on earlier today, but
Wait,
all
you
right.
didn't finish it?
No, I stopped off for a break here to pop in on this podcast.
I thought part of the bun process was you continued work until you finished.
Well, it takes 18 to 22 hours. I can't stay away from the bathroom for that
I'm
long.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to get into all of my bathroom issues, but
what are, I mean, get into one.
well,
What's
they're
one
just
of your
regular. I think it's just regular stuff. Have to go
What's
to the
regular to
bathroom.
you? Oh, just going to the
I
bathroom?
go to the bathroom 3.5 times a day on average, I'd say. Is that a lot?
Is there a certain day where you're going 10 and then other days where you just do one? How do you average it out?
Oh, I mean, sometimes I'm sure there's a 6 and maybe there's a 2 in there. I mean, 2 times. Also, the number 2.
The number
which
2,
is-
obviously, yeah.
refers to poop.
Why does it get second billing? It feels like it's the headliner.
Yeah, it does.
You know?
You make a good point.
I don't know. Anyway,
I wonder how it feels about it.
yeah, that's true.
Bad representation.
That's a nice inspiration. Let me
That's-
go right
okay,
into
great.
the process.
Go
right
into
now.
the
I'm
Richard Bunn process.
I'm turning off my my pager and my beeper, and I'm turning
You have
off.
a lot of electronics on your belt, by the way.
I'm turning off my identa bracelet, and I'm taking a deep breath. Closing my eyes right now. One more tiny deep breath. And with my mind's eye, what do I see in there? It's an anthropomorphized turd, and it's climbing out of the toilet right now, and it's speaking, and it's saying, why the heck is it that I get second billing? I should be the headliner. Are you listening to me, bowl of piss?
Bowl? Oh, I guess the toilet bowl.
The toilet bowl, yeah.
there isn't like a separate like chamber pot in this.
That's a good twist. Yeah,
The turd does see a soup bowl sitting next to the sink basin. He looks inside. Thankfully, it is empty. It's not full.
Can I ask a question? Do you see a calendar anywhere?
Yes, I do. There's one directly across from the toilet.
What year does it say?
It says 1996.
Oh, so this is the past.
That's what year it is, exactly. Now, the turd jumps off down from the bowl and lands in a roller skate. And it rolls on the tiled floor and on out into the main foyer. He looks left, he looks right. It's a mansion. It's a mansion in 1996. And who's...
Probably costs somewhere, I mean, depending on the locale, but mansion in 1996. We're probably talking like $850,000 or so.
It could well be.
Can I ask, is there any sort of mortgage paper around?
The roller skate continues rolling down the marble tiled mansion floor. And it launches itself off a ramp that's made by sort of a book that was propped open and lands on a desk. And right there we see the mortgage papers.
Can you see exactly, first of all, what is their monthly payment and what is the total value of
The
house?
monthly payment on the mortgage is...
And if possible, is it an adjustable rate mortgage?
Yeah.
The turd looks at the papers and notices that it's an an adjustable rate mortgage.
Wow.
Jeez. Yeah.
It's a...
Could be trouble.
The monthly payment is $32,000.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
This is an expensive 1996 mansion.
So this is somewhere in, I would guess, somewhere in the realm of $32,000. It must be in the realm of like 2.9 million or something, somewhere around there.
It probably is.
Probably. Oh, he doesn't see the page that shows the...
Many of the pages have been shredded. There's a paper shredder right nearby. He wonders if this was done to cover for some mysterious circumstance.
So this is a mystery novel.
He looks around. He does a sort of a wheelie on the roller skate and gets a 360-degree view of the entire mansion and looks around. And who does he see standing right there in the foyer? It's Don Henley.
Of the Eagles.
Wow, it's a celebrity turd.
Is he
Of the Eagles.
singing anything? Is he singing New York Minute or anything like that?
Just then, he
He's
breaks
just standing.
into the opening strains of New York Minute.
The chorus or the actual the verse?
Well, the chorus, because that's those
That's
are
the
the words
most
that-
recognizable
those
part,
are the words
yeah.
that the turd knows. In a New York Minute, ooh, the turd hears, and we leave it right there.
Oh, you've opened your eyes. Wow.
yeah.
So is that a
Wow.
chapter?
Holy smokes.
That's amazing, Richard.
Well, that's a good 4 to 6 pages.
That's 46 pages.
4 to 6 pages.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
I would read that for 46 pages, though.
yeah, it was
And look, I don't want to embarrass you, but you captured
I assure you won't be able to.
you captured the wonder that a turd has when he sort of wakes up in the bowl and is like, "What world have I been birthed into?"
Yeah, there's a lot of world building in
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really, you really fleshed out everything. I mean, not a lot of detail about the mansion, I have to say.
No, not yet. There was a lot of stuff
I mean, there
to
was a
get to.
calendar there.
There's calendar and
that's how we
marble.
knew what year it was. Yeah. And but a lot of mystery as well. What's going on with the mortgage papers? Is there some sort of financial crime being covered up?
What is Don Henley doing there? One would assume he owns the mansion.
Is
but-
it his house? Is it Glenn Fry's? We don't know. Is he just visiting? And whose turd is it? These are all questions.
And why? I mean, the most basic question: why did the turd come to life?
Yes.
We have no. This is not our world,
Right.
Unless magic exists in our world. Is this a parallel universe where this happens?
Right. Is it a parallel universe? Or is it simply written from the perspective of the turd?
And if
turds
it
are
is
always
a
sentient?
parallel universe, is 1996 the current year in this universe? Lots of questions.
More questions than answers. That's what you're going to get in just that short snippet of the bun process.
And when you write a book, do you ever resolve any of these questions, or are there a lot of dangling threads by the end of the book?
Well, there are a lot of dangling threads. If I'm just tiring out and I've had 2 to 4 glasses of pink wine, and I just have to hit the hay, and I haven't finished the thing.
Do most of your books end with all of the characters getting sleepy?
That's a lot of them. Now that you mention it.
It's a motif.
put
If
your-
it happens
put
a
your finger on
bunch, it's a
something there.
motif.
That's right.
Just do-
People come to expect it would be like reading a Dick Francis novel and, there being no jockeys or horses.
Right.
By the way, have you ever found out, and this is a question about Dick Francis, is Dick Francis a horse?
Now that I have not found out. No.
Do we know? I mean, we've been wondering this for a year and a half at this point. Is Dick Francis a horse? We've never gotten confirmation. You see pictures of horses on all of his
Yes.
books. So is he actually a horse?
I mean, he could well be. It could be.
He'd be one of the most talented horses.
One of the most, talented at writing.
Yes.
I think like Seabiscuit is probably the most talented
yes,
horse.
obviously.
Yeah. What are there any other talented horses that you can think? I mean,
Secretariat?
Secretariat, Mr. Ed.
Mr.
Ed was talented not for racing, but for eating peanut butter.
Right.
He was
Did
the best there ever was at that.
Did he? Could he go up on his front two, on his back two legs? Could
Mr.
he
Ed?
clap at all? Or none of those things.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah, I
they could
don't
do
think
that.
they-
He
could
simply
do that
they rubbed
physically.
peanut butter on his gums and he moved his
Yeah,
mouth.
least talented horses, the horses from Luck.
Oh, yeah.
Really bad at their jobs.
They were bad at being
Yes.
horses.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, did they shoot that in the middle of the desert somewhere? It seems like
What, the horses?
The horses?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I film it. I meant film it, but they're double entendre, I suppose.
Yes,
would
I
shoot.
suppose. Well, this is amazing, Richard. Your process has helped so many writers worldwide.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, you've and this is a lot of what your podcast does is you speak with other writers.
That's right. I sit down with another writer. We talk writing. We hash it out. I pick their brain. They pick mine. And by the end of it, we've got a bunch of picked over brains laying on the table.
A bunch of leavings.
It's a mess.
It's a lot like Indiana Jones where they're eating the monkey brain.
Oh,
Sawed-off
gross. Yes, I remember that part.
Did you scream, "Oh, gross" and
Yes.
"grody"
Yeah.
when you were watching that?
I'm sure I did. I can't remember that far back, but I'm certain that I did.
Do you ever stop writing to watch a movie, or are you writing through the movie? And would your characters be watching the movie?
How
that
many of
you're
your
watching?
books actually have just scenes from movies in them?
You know, if I ever went back to read them, and if anybody's legal department ever got a hold of these, I might be in a great deal of trouble. That's
Sure.
a great point because. Yeah, sometimes I will just, pop up a movie on the television, and but that's not going to cause me to stop from working. And
But it does seem hard if your character is watching the Godfather trilogy to then turn around and then sell that book in other media. That feels very difficult. because
yes.
it's
Well, I don't
someone just watching
I don't usually have any problem selling any books. By that I mean I don't sell any books to other people. I self-publish.
You self-publish.
Got it.
Yes.
How many sales have you accrued over the breadth of your career?
I would say as many as multiple
Multiple.
sales.
Multiple, so more than one.
That's right. Yes.
So around 2 sales?
2 to 4, with some zeros behind it. I'm not an accountant. I haven't kept up with all the numbers. I don't know.
Okay, so you have no idea how many you've sold.
I've certainly written more than I've sold.
Oh, okay. That's a great pace to be at, though.
Written more titles than I
you
have
could keep
sold units.
If you could keep up that pace, that would be amazing. It's something to strive for.
I intend to keep it up. Yes.
And as someone who I want to support, especially independent artists, what do you
yes.
think your best title is? If you just could recommend.
Yeah, what are the
one
titles of some of your
title,
books?
is-
What is your best
or
book?
where do you think we should start?
There's so many. There's one of my recent works that I'm enamored of right now is titled Crunch Time. That's a murder mystery set in a potato chip factory.
And how did you get that? You just went into the bun process, you looked
Yes.
around, you were in a potato chip factory.
Yes. Well, I suppose it starts off with I had just finished siesta. I had a couple of afternoon glasses of pink wine, and I'd polished off 2/3 of a bag of potato chips.
An
And
individual bag or one of the normal size bags?
a family-sized bag.
Family-sized bag.
And I guess I was just in that mind frame.
Are you married, though?
No longer. No,
So
three
really,
times divorced.
A family-sized bag for you, you could eat the whole thing. And
That's a day's meal.
That's your family,
That's
though.
a day's meal. That's right.
Like if you were married, you could only eat half the bag.
Right, exactly. I'd only be allowed. I'd only
Yes.
be allotted half the bag. Maybe that's why I'm not married anymore for the third time.
Wow.
I'm kidding. All of my ex-wives are professional billiards players. Interesting trivia.
How odd.
Yes.
Do they all know each other?
I think they do. I think it's a relatively
They're all
small
on the circuit?
Yes. I get, it's just something about a woman in a tuxedo for me, I suppose.
It's fascinating.
So when you watch the Oscars hosted by Ellen DeGeneres, does that get you hot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
you'll hear me exclaim.
I see.
Another of I brought in a tiny snippet.
Yes.
And I could read it if you felt like it, if we had time. But
Tell you
I don't have
what.
to.
Why don't we take a break?
Yes,
When we
absolutely.
come back, we'll read your snippet,
Sure.
and we'll also get to our second guest, or
wonderful.
third guest, really, local Los Angeles celebrity. Let's take a break. I'm going to ruminate upon your ex-wives and their tuxedos. When we come back, we'll have more Gerry Duggan, more Richard Bunn, and coming up, a local celebrity. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang. Guys, I've been talking about Leesa mattresses for what seems like an eternity, but I've never talked about why they even started the company, you know? I mean, shouldn't that be something that we talk about with every advertiser on the show? Like, why did you even start this company? You know why? Because most of the time the answer would be to make money. Yeah, I bet other companies. Well, Leesa Mattresses was founded with a more simple goal: to help people sleep better. It's not about the money for them. As a matter of fact, if they could, I bet they wouldn't even charge for these mattresses. They want you to sleep better, and that is the main thing on their minds. And with an innovative, direct-to-consumer online strategy, Leesa's 100% American-made mattresses are challenging the traditional mattress industry. You know, big mattress. Forbes, there they are again. They even named it one of the top 20 startups to watch. Not to mention it was internet retailers' fastest growing retailer. It was internet retailers' fastest growing e-retailer. Hard to say, in 2015. And it's B Corp certified, whatever that means. So this is all, if any of that means something to you, God bless you. See for yourself. Look, you don't care about any of that. See for yourself why everyone is raving about Leesa by trying it in your own home. 100 nights for free. That's almost a third of the year. We're talking 4 months just about. 100 nights, just try it out. Risk-free. Choose from 3 different premium foam. Universal adaptive feel layers? What is this? What is this? Leesa, you can't introduce something called universal adaptive feel layers into your copy after years of talking about you without explaining what this is. This is big. This is unprecedented. Universal adaptive feel layers? That's trademarked, my dear boy. What is happening, Leesa? You got the 2-inch Avena, also trademarked, foam top layer for cooling and breathability. We've talked about that a million times. The 2-inch memory foam middle layer for body contouring. Is that what that does in the middle? Or the 6-inch dense core support foam for durability. That's what it is. I've talked about mystery foam for years. Now they're actually explaining it. This is big. Wow. What a day this is, listeners. Congratulations. Leesa mattresses, available online only in the US, UK, Canada, and Germany, or at the Leesa Dream Gallery in Soho, NYC, and they ship to you compressed in a box with prices that start at just $525. What do you have to lose? Plus, for every 10 mattresses Leesa sells, they donate one to a shelter, which is great. They've already donated over 10,000 mattresses, which tells me that they have sold 100,000 mattresses in their entire career. Okay, interesting. And right now, you can get $75 off a Leesa mattress with the offer code BANGBANG. That is LEESA.com, offer code BANGBANG for $75 off. Leesa, gotta thank you for explaining your universal adaptive feel layers finally. I've been hammering away at this mystery for years, and we finally got the answer. Leesa.com, offer code BANGBANG, $75 off. Do you got a job, mister? Mister, you got a job for me? Are you hiring? Do you have a bunch of jobs? Do you have hundreds of jobs? Do you have thousands of jobs? Do you have millions of jobs? Look, I don't care how many jobs you may have. If you're hiring, you need to know where to post your job to find the best candidates. Posting your job in one place, it's not enough to find quality cans. Qual cans. You gotta find them. If you want to find what I consider, me personally, to be the perfect hire, and that's what we all strive for, isn't it? The perfect hire, the perfect position to be in the job that you have. It's, we all want to achieve it. Every time we have a job opening, it's like, can I achieve the perfect hire? Well, very few of us are able to do it, but if you want to, you need to post your job on all the top job sites. And now, guess what? You can with ZipRecruiter. That's right, ZipRecruiter already has 9 million resumes you can search through in their database. I mean, do you have time to look through 9 million things? I hope so, because they have 9 million resumes in there. You can add multiple people to your account to make it the most efficient for your team to find the best hire. And with ZipRecruiter.com, you can post your job to 200 plus job sites, including social media networks like Facebook and Twitter, all with but the click of a mouse, my dear boy. ZipRecruiter's handy website shows trending career fields, cities, searches. Find candidates in any city or industry nationwide. Just post once, poof. Watch your qualified candidates roll into ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use interface. They should call it an easy face. It's so easy. Bad idea. Never mind I said that. No juggling emails or calls to your office. Quickly screen candidates, rate them, hire the right person fast. And if you run into any issues, do not fret. Although I hope you don't at any point, but don't fret in this particular instance either, because ZipRecruiter's friendly and human support staff is ready to help. Find out today why ZipRecruiter has been featured on Forbes, Wall Street Journal, Time Magazine, New York Times, TechCrunch, CBS. I've talked about it before. It should be TechCrunch. You can't have the CH sound in one word pronounced differently. It should be TechCrunch or TechCrunch. Anyway, find out why it's been used by over 1 million businesses. ZipRecruiter. And right now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free by going to ZipRecruiter.com/CBB. That's ZipRecruiter.com/CBB. One more time. To try it for free, go to ZipRecruiter.com/CBB. Comedy Bang Bang, we are back. Gerry Duggan, future writer of Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel comic book. What issue do you take over, or is it a new number one?
We're getting a new number one for Free Comic Book
mama.
Day. Yeah. We're taking over for Brian Bendis and his collaborators. They did this amazing run. We're very lucky to be able to
You're
jump
not
in.
contractually obligated to say all that.
No,
Like,
I know.
no.
I'm not. It's true. I could just ignore it or drive by it if I really didn't like it. But
You don't have to be humble. Like you're the writer now. You're
That's
hot
true.
shit. He's cold diarrhea.
He's
leaving.
I'm gonna erase all those stories. Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm erasing my stories too.
Here's what you do. When you start a new run after a long, successful run by a very popular writer, just the first scene, someone wakes up out of a dream and goes, "Oh God, that was horrible. What I dreamed just happened over the last 5 years."
Yeah, that's right.
I think John Byrne did that with She-Hulk, actually.
I've used that technique as well, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, but on
great.
yourself?
Sure.
Richard Bunn here, a writer extraordinaire. Do you have books that are in a series? Like
sure.
Jack Ryan, with a continuing
Yes,
character?
I, Richard Bunn, am a protagonist in 20 to 30%. Sorry. How good is 26 to 28% of my
got it.
novels, just because it's easier to do.
It's easier to imagine yourself in them.
from the first person, yes. So
Yeah.
there's Richard Bunn meets the Mummy and the Vampire, and there's the prequel to that, Richard Bunn meets the Mummy.
Yeah, does Abbott and Costello get involved ever, or?
I haven't, but now that you put that in my brain, who knows?
Sure.
Did the Bunn method come to you via the Bunn method? Did you close your eyes and then think
That's a
of the
great
Bunn?
question.
Did
Did
now
you
that I'm writing cosmic stuff, I guess.
And
I'm
did
trying to-
Inception? Did he write Inception from actually dreaming about it.
From dreaming about it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, this is more complicated than my brain can catch up to, I fear.
You're
my-
able to grasp simple concepts.
Simple concepts, medium concepts are pretty good, but we're talking about an inception on an inception. That might be above my capacity. Pay grade, yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Speaking of pay grade, I wouldn't be paid what I'm paid to do the show if I didn't ask and follow up about what you said before the break, which is you have, what is this you have with you?
I just brought in a little snippet because you were asking about some of my titles, and I'd mentioned Crunch Time, and I could throw out just a quick snippet of one of my other works that I
Would love
just
to hear
completed.
that,
All
yes.
right, so let me just jam right through it. Okay, so here goes. This is a lot of cadavers. Will it work? Asked Glenn. Can't be sure of anything, said Lonnie. They had their marching orders from the mayor, but they didn't really know how it was all going to work. Lonnie started lining up the car batteries and jamming wires haphazardly into the corpses, into their stomachs, thighs, buttocks, everywhere. Vaginas, everywhere. You think maybe the wires should go into their brains? Asked Glenn. Hey, who do I look like? Steve Jobs, replied Lonnie, using the technique of sarcasm. I don't know how this goes, and the mayor didn't either. He just had a hunch. Glenn wore a concerned look on his face, but he dutifully walked the main cables over to Lonnie's Chrysler Sebring and attached them to the car battery. As the men climbed into the front seats, Glenn let out a silent fear fart that went unremarked upon in that tension-filled moment. Lonnie exhaled, said, "Let's roll," and turned the key in the ignition to start the ignition.
So you used ignition
And there
twice
we
in
go.
that sentence.
Yes,
A lot of
yes.
writers would say that's too repetitive, but
No, not me. I'm not going to say that.
it becomes, as you say, a motif.
Yes,
motif.
that's just a little snippet of my novel Abracadaver, and that
Right.
is one that is available. I have
You self-published,
I've
obviously.
self-published. I have hard copies in the trunk of my car.
I guess
and
R.
can
Kelly
fax-
used ignition several times in his song, and it was a big hit.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the
like-
remix was a big hit.
Yes, yes.
Well, fantastic. This is great. And is that a recent one, or is that one of your classics?
That's a relatively recent one. Yes, just a couple of months ago.
How many novels do you write per year?
120 to 140.
Great.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you can learn a lot from this guy, Jerry.
I absolutely.
And I can
this
learn
is
a lot
going to
from you,
change
though.
everything for me.
Maybe if you were to learn stuff from Jerry, maybe you could start writing about the Guardians of the Galaxy in some of your
Sounds
novels.
great to me.
I
I mean,
could
if he's
use
got
that.
too much work, maybe he can outsource some of it. I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah. Let Gerry Duggan be your new pen name. We'll work
Yeah.
this out together.
Done deal.
All right, well, let's get to our next guest. This is exciting. She is as much as I love the writing process, sometimes it's great to see people who are more comfortable in front of the camera. And we have one of those with us right now, a local celebrity, I guess a celebrity here in Los Angeles. And that's not to say a national celebrity would perhaps be more famous, but we need Fritz Colemans and Dallas Raines. We need them, to be local celebrities. So please welcome Angelina.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Angelina.
Hi.
Not to be confused with Angeline.
That's right, because you
I'm
spell
Angelina.
your it's not like Angelina Jolie. You spell it
Yeah, with an A.
with an A. Well, sure,
an
yeah,
N,
all Angelinas are
and a
spelled.
G,
Yes.
and an E.
Oh, we're going through all of them.
And a Y, and an L, an I,
Sure.
and an N.
You can move the
and
pace
an
up a
A,
little, probably, but okay,
And
great.
another A.
And another A.
And
So,
one more A.
so triple A.
Yeah, triple A, because
Wow,
I'm
okay.
always there.
Right, great.
Yeah.
So Angelina,
Yeah.
it's very nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This is Richard Bunn.
Hello.
Yeah, hi. I love that story. I'm going to give you a business card later. If you make it into a movie, I'd like to
fantastic.
be in it.
Done deal.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
What could
on the
Angelina
phone.
play? Because I didn't hear a lot of female characters.
Well, there are several female characters.
Yeah.
There's also a number of female corpses.
Was
Yeah, and
there
there was a
any- yeah,
vagina.
corpses,
There
yeah.
was a vagina.
Yes, absolutely. I
So,
referred to a vagina, so
yeah.
obviously there's female corpses just in that snippet right there.
Yeah, exactly. I see, because I listen for things like that. And also, if anyone wants to buy a shirt after, I have a lot of shirts.
A shirt. I mean, like
Yeah.
you have a shirt with your name
Face
or
and name and my vagina. actually on the shirt.
Okay.
On is it just a face and then a vagina underneath it? Is there
It's a picture of my face,
Yeah.
then my name, and then a photo of a vagina.
of a vagina?
Yeah.
Your vagina or a
I
vagina?
can't say.
Oh, okay.
But a photograph, an actual
Absolutely.
depiction,
Very
not
clear.
a drawing.
No.
Okay.
No. The my face is a drawing. It's a drawing of my face.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
And
my
then a
word,
realistic,
and then my name, and
Yeah.
then an absolutely realistic,
totally clear.
completely clear. In fact, my face is blurry, but the vagina very clear.
And you have one here. It looks almost gynecological.
It is. It's
in
it is.
nature.
I actually broke into my OBGYN's office and
my.
yes, it's a special OBGYN where they take actual photographs of vaginas, and I took these photos.
You never know what they're doing down there, quite honestly.
Well,
so.
no, you don't. And I say do all of it because any exposure is good exposure.
Yeah. Does he say, I'm assuming it's a he, because most
Yes.
are. Does he say
Yes,
at the end of it, like, do you want something for Instagram?
Yeah.
No, well, at this point, he respects
Square
my
cropped.
he respects my privacy, and I say no, not for Instagram. But if you could give me just some hard copies, because I actually don't have a phone, so I can't use Instagram.
You don't have a phone?
I don't.
Oh, okay. That's
No,
interesting.
I do a lot of promotion. Most of it is selling my T-shirt. A lot of it is how I get around. Is I sell my T-shirts. And have you guys heard of coffee shops?
Yes.
I want to check with everyone before I answer for everyone.
I've heard, yes.
Richard, you're okay. Jerry, do you,
I'm
coffee
good.
shops?
I'm good. Yeah.
Well,
I have certainly. Yeah.
Have you heard of community boards?
Again, I'm gonna have to check with everyone. Let's go. Why don't we do it by last name, alphabetical by last name? So
Yeah,
Richard.
bun. Would that be like a cork board in a coffee shop? That's what my guess is.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I'm familiar, yeah.
Okay, so let me go to Jerry over here.
I'm also. I've seen this too.
Okay, so yeah, we all three are familiar
Okay,
with these. Yeah.
and so then I take a poster of myself, which is again a drawing of my face,
Yes.
my name, and a photorealistic vagina, a photo of a vagina, and I put it on the community board, and it says, "If you want to book me, call this number," and that's how I do promotion. So no Instagram. It's a lot of T-shirts and community boards and coffee shops.
How long does
and-
it last up there on the community board?
until a manager notices?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
so-
could be.
Instantly.
Yeah.
I have, there's one coffee shop I went to, I put it on, and they said, "Ma'am, don't do that." And I continued, and the moment I turned my back, they took it down. So I put another one up, and they said, "Ma'am, don't do that." And I said, "Okay, can I use your bathroom?" And I went into their bathroom, and I plastered them all over their walls. Yeah.
I see. Well, was it a unisex bathroom or?
Yes, every bathroom is a unisex bathroom if you want it to be.
Oh, great. Okay. I guess
I
I
go
meant.
into- I
Did
go
the
in-
establishment view it as such?
No, they had different ideas, but I go into every single bathroom. If I've ever been into a bathroom,
Yeah.
I will put my posters in there.
That's great.
Yeah, you got to promote. And also, along with the T-shirts, I have mugs. And the mug is my face
Okay.
on one side.
Let me guess. Face,
Yeah.
name,
Yeah.
photo of vagina.
Exactly. But
Okay.
where do you think they all are?
Face, I would say the mugs are typically they're round in
Yes.
nature.
Yes, round,
so
yes.
I can't even say it's on one side necessarily.
Well,
but-
on one, I guess,
one face.
one face.
Yeah.
My face.
Okay.
Then my name, and then at the bottom of
At the bottom,
mug,
so when you've sipped all of your decaf coffee,
Exactly.
Richard, it's like a
Yes.
little treat that
Exactly.
awaits you.
That's
Yeah.
where you find the vagina photograph?
exactly right at the bottom.
So it's like incentive to finish your drink.
Yes.
Yes.
If you've had a coffee and you think, this is too much, I don't want it, then you think to yourself, there's a vagina at the bottom.
I see.
I gotta get to it.
Angelina, can I ask you? You're a local celebrity. I have never heard of you, but
Well-
that's not saying anything because
You're a busy man.
I'm a busy man. I'm too busy being a national celebrity and
Right.
perhaps even international. Who knows? But I've never heard of you, and the types of things that you're talking about, they don't necessarily sound like you're necessarily well known. Jerry, you've lived here in Los Angeles for a very long time.
I'm
Have
coming
you-
up on 20 years, and I haven't heard either. But that doesn't.
I've heard of Angeline.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because
and I've seen her car around too.
yeah.
That's right, in a Taco Bell once.
In a taco.
I
believe
also
she just sold it.
have a car.
You do.
you
I do, yeah. It's a
Bravo.
2001 Toyota Solara, and it is also pink. So it's not quite the same as Angeline, but it is pink.
Okay.
And the number plate reads VJ M1 11111.
That's a lot of
Yeah, I had-
characters.
yeah.
You extended it a little
I
bit.
did.
Is that a
Yeah.
legal license plate? Or
Yeah.
Is VJ sort of slang for vagina as well? Is
No.
That, okay.
A video jockey.
Video jockey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Because my husband was a video jockey.
Oh,
and
really?
Was it
he-
Adam Curry?
No, it was not. I can't
Well,
say
hold
who
on.
he
Let's
was.
guess. Let's guess.
Can we guess it?
Kevin Seal.
No.
Let's see.
Dave Holmes.
Kennedy?
No.
Mark Goodman.
No.
Who is the guy who talked like? Oh
Yes.
boy, I feel like I'm being offensive.
Yes,
but
yeah.
no, one of the original ones, the guy who had the
Yes.
deep like
And he had a
booming
bald
voice.
head? He had a bald head? Or
Yeah.
No.
God, what was his name? Oh, it wasn't him. Okay.
What about Headbangers Ball Dudes?
Oh yeah.
No.
Pinfield.
Yes,
Pinfield.
Matt Pinfield.
No.
It wasn't him. What about Dan Cortez?
No.
Oh.
The tall guy that won instead of Dave Holmes. Jesse
No.
Camp.
Was he a MTV video jockey?
No.
Oh,
No,
we're
no,
going
That's
about this the
problem.
wrong
He
way.
actually-
Okay, let's back
VH1
up a second.
Much
no,
music.
No,
Telemundo?
no. He used to. He was the video jockey in that. He would be the one to decide what movie we watched every night, and so he would be. He would put on the videos.
Okay,
And
that's
he would put on the
definitely-
videos, the VHSs, and then he would
he's-
choose which ones. So he's a VJ, and that is what that is also.
Just in your apartment.
Like a
Yeah.
very, very local video.
very local. We're both very
Yeah.
local. It's important.
JJ
to be
Jackson is
local.
who I was thinking of.
That's the one, yes.
No.
No,
Not
I
in my
figured because JJ Jackson was a MTV VJ.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what did he do for an occupation though?
He was. You guys have all heard of frogs?
Well, I don't want to speak for everyone, but Richard, I mean, you have such a wild life.
Yes.
I'm going to have to ask you first. I assume Jerry has because he's read Thor and the Thor issues where Thor turned into a frog.
How cool is that? Loki.
Yeah, sure.
I'll tell you later.
Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about it later. But yes, Richard, you've heard of frogs?
I have heard of frogs, and I have a couple of different sort of connotations or definitions of them.
Sure. French people, obviously.
There you go. Yes, a slang term for French people.
Yes. Well, he would take frogs. This was his job, and he would find frogs that were poisonous, and he would
French people?
He would milk them. No.
Okay, sorry.
No. We've never been to France. Never been outside of Los Angeles. He would milk frogs. He would milk the poison, and that was his job.
He would milk the poison out. Where is
Yeah.
the poison contained in a frog?
In their glands.
In their glands. So he
Yeah.
would somehow get to those glands.
Yeah,
How
and
do
he
how do you get to a frog's gland?
Honestly,
Is
I
it like
didn't-
massaging a frog?
Yeah, it's a lot of
slowly?
massaging and just making sure that they're in a very settled area. He would then put on a video for them.
Oh, okay. What types of videos do frogs enjoy to get their glands milked?
A lot. It's actually.
Is it like
interesting.
the scene in E.T. where they all, get free of being killed?
No, a lot of
That's like
violence.
frog porn right
A
there.
lot of
Oh,
a lot
really?
of violence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we would put on a lot of. Actually, you were speaking of The Godfather. That was one of their favorites.
Really?
Yeah. it was
okay.
Frogs
really
have good taste.
very good taste.
The Frog
And-
Father.
The Frog Father.
The God Frogger.
The God Frogger. That's better.
God
That is
Frogger.
good.
The guy playing Frogger.
The guy playing frog.
You guys,
That's good.
a lot of croaking in the
Yeah.
Frog Father.
Oh, that's.
I
where they
understand
left
that.
it.
Bad
for
words.
you. That was for
Fantastic. Thank you,
you.
Jerry.
But feel free to use it.
Yeah, it's
Enjoy.
yours.
And I'm interested in I would love to do the bun method for.
Are you interested in being a writer?
Yeah, well, because obviously it's hard for me being a local celebrity and breaking out.
Sure,
a lot
yeah.
of people let you say no.
You want to
of-
widen your
yeah,
reach.
Yeah, so why not write? It seems like it's an easy thing to
Diversify.
do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I have pens, I have paper, and if you help
You're
me, I have
85% of the
bun
way
method.
there, then.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to take her through the bun process here?
Happy to if you're interested.
Absolutely.
Oh, great. Okay.
My favorite part so far, the short breath.
Oh, wonderful. You're going to get a shot at that.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, that's really like hearing, your set when you're in a race. Like on your mark,
Yes.
get set.
Yes.
Right before the gun goes off.
Yeah. Okay.
And you've already mentioned you don't have a telephone.
No,
So
no telephone.
great. We don't need to turn anything off. Marvelous. Okay. So-
Any other sort of electronics? Have you had
pacemaker.
Pacemaker. Really? What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. It was an accident to do with a poisonous frog.
Oh my God! It made your heart stop somehow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so your ex.
My heart stopped. What happened was there was a frog, and you would think that the poison got in me, but I was so frightened that my heart stopped. I saw a frog.
Oh, okay. So you did not touch the poison at
Yeah,
all.
this is actually how I found out that my husband was a frog milker. I came home and I saw frogs everywhere, and
That would give someone a start right there.
it gave me a start. And being deeply religious, growing up, I thought that it was a plague and the end days were coming.
Oh, okay.
And my
What
heart
religion?
stopped.
Yes, like the end of
obviously, some sort of
Magnolia.
Judeo-Christian.
Exactly.
I see. Are you still religious, by the way?
I am not.
Oh,
but,
okay. Well, I would want to offer you what I offered Richard over here, just to accept Jesus Christ into your heart as your personal Lord and Savior.
It can't hurt.
it can't hurt. You know what? Why not?
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right.
Great.
I'm going to start asking all of our guests that. Jerry, by the way, I don't think I got to you. You want to do it?
I'm recovering Catholic, but I'll come back around
Come on
for this.
in. Yeah, get on in here.
It's probably for the best.
That's great. We're all
So,
in.
so you thought it was the end times.
I thought it was the end times, and I had a fright, and I fell over. I fell headfirst onto a pile of my own T-shirts. And funny story, when the ambulance came, my face was face down on the vagina part.
Oh, so it looked like you were eating yourself
My own
out.
T-shirt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
My own
Interesting.
vagina.
So now, some would say that if you were truly religious, you would be so pleased that it was the end times because you'd be going up to heaven. But is that what sort of made you go, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not in this as much as I want to be?
Exactly. I thought to myself, have I done everything I can? Have I covered every single bathroom with my poster? And then
You still wanted to remain here on Earth.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah.
yeah. Have you heard of Denny's?
Everyone's raising their hand. Yeah, we've all heard of
Yep,
Denny's.
Heard of it? Yes.
Me too.
Cool.
Fantastic.
All right, let's go through this bun process.
All right, great. So we start off just with a regular deep breath. Go ahead, take it in, and exhale at your leisure. Great. You got to figure it out. She already had her eyes closed, so I don't even need to tell you that part. Great. You're getting a jump start.
I prefer
She's
to have my eyes
leapfrogging
closed.
that step.
Yes, absolutely leapfrogging. Great. Eyes remain closed. Great. Now one more tiny deep breath. Perfect. Now using
adorable.
your mind's eye, just describe what you see in your fantasy imagination scape. What do you see with your mind's eye in there? What's in there?
I see a sky,
Aha.
and it's blue.
Are you looking up or are you looking down?
I'm actually looking down.
Oh, interesting.
So I
boy.
don't. The sky is below
From
me.
outer space, possibly.
Yes, very blue, and it's floating. I'm floating around, and there's a pot of coffee here.
Oh.
Oh, what is that? What is that? It's a mug. Oh no, it's a mug with my face, my name,
Oh, so
and
you're
my vagina.
you're the protagonist in this.
Aha.
and it
Interesting.
says that you can buy me for $49.99. The mug is speaking, like the poop is speaking.
Okay.
Oh, yes, yes.
Can I pause for 1 second here?
Jump in there. Yes.
This is seeming like more of an advertisement for the mugs here than an actual novel. I thought the
Perhaps.
process was.
But I'm not done.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
I
but
see.
See what else I
Maybe
see.
product placement within the novel.
Perhaps.
Could be, but Scott has put you on notice.
Yes, he has.
Is that part of the bun process? You're allowed to be
Sometimes.
put on notice by someone,
think
by an
so.
outside observer.
Sometimes, in this case, yes.
Okay, great. Okay.
Okay, and
You're
now
on notice.
I'm continuing. I'm walking on the clouds.
Bear in mind you're on notice.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm walking in the clouds, and there's a man there.
Okay.
I can't see his face.
Well, look at it then.
Let's see. Turn around, sir. Oh, he's turning around. Oh my God.
Who is it?
It's Marlon Brando.
Marlon Brando from the
That's my Godfather. And,
Yes.
Is he young? Is he old? Is he? I mean, he's dead now.
yeah,
so.
he's.
We haven't talked about a calendar at all.
No.
Oh.
Yes, I was going to.
He'd probably
mention.
love one of those genital shirts.
You know what? He's wearing one.
Oh my God.
I bet it's a size triple XL.
It's a triple XL.
Depending on what year it is,
That's
of
right.
course.
What year That's right. What,
What
just saw
goddamn
calendar.
year is this? Where is there? Are there calendars in
You said
outer
you saw
space?
Yeah,
calendar,
it's
yes. What's it?
1987.
That's what year it is. 1987. So it is.
And I could tell it's
triple XL.
1987.
triple X.
Yeah, it's triple XL, and he's wearing the shirt, and he says he says to me, he says, Angelina, I can't believe this shirt was only $49.99.
Okay, let's pause for another
Yeah,
second
yeah.
here
Yeah.
because
Should I open my
I have to
eyes?
say, Richard, can we sidebar?
Go ahead, open your eyes for a second.
Open
Come
your
on
eyes, yeah.
up.
Well, let's sidebar. Come over here with me if
Yes.
you don't mind. Come on, yeah. Okay, good. Hey, Richard, she clearly was on notice,
Yes, you put her on notice.
right? You remember that.
And I informed her that you put her on notice. If
And
she
then I
wasn't aware.
informed her again. So it was,
Yes.
it was almost like a double notice there.
It was, yeah.
This is unprecedented.
Agreed. And she's used the bun process, a technique for writing books and novels, to essentially hawk her $50 mugs and shirts.
Yeah, that's a lot
Are
for a
you
realistic
fucking
picture of
are
a
you
vagina
crazy?
when the internet exists.
Exactly.
You know? Look, I gotta say, I think that she needs to be kicked out of the bun process.
Just kick her right out?
And I think that she should not be, and perhaps even disallowed from using the bun process ever again. Is that possible?
Talk about unprecedented. That's a very harsh measure.
Excommunicated.
I don't know if we can go that far, but kick her out, certainly.
I think it needs to be done. I mean, someone is abusing the bun process, a sacred technique.
A lifetime ban, Scott?
A lifetime ban.
Are you sure about this?
Perhaps with parole, possibility of parole.
Possibility of parole if she good behavior and the like.
Yeah, let's go talk to her.
All right, I'll go back.
Hi, Angelina.
Hi, Angelina.
We've come to a ruling about your recent actions.
That's right.
Okay.
And
Do you want to make it into a movie? My bun.
That was not the ruling.
that's
no.
not the ruling.
I had a
but
great bun.
I tell you what, we're going to let you know what the ruling is after the break.
Okay.
We're going to be sort of like Rachel Maddow and hyping this to make sure that you come back
Okay.
after the break.
Let's milk this like so many frogs.
Yes, let's do it. We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's show. Whatever your next big idea, count on Squarespace to help you create an eye-catching online platform that brings it to life. Whether you need a portfolio to showcase your work, a store to sell your products and services, or a blog to share your ideas, Squarespace gives you everything you need to look like an expert right from the start. You even get a unique domain, which strengthens your brand and makes it easier for visitors to find you. You can add and arrange your content and features with but the click of a mouse, my dear boy. Nothing to install, pitch, or upgrade, or patch ever. Although if you do have a question, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support can help you with any problem. Think of them as your very own IT department. So, make your next move. Start your free trial at squarespace.com today. Enter offer code BANGBANG to get 10% off your first purchase. Again, that's BANGBANG, B-A-N-G, Hey, Earwolf listeners, we have some great news for you. Politically Reactive is back with a new season, and it is coming to Earwolf. This is big. This is the podcast where comedians W. Kamau Bell and Hari Kondabolu navigate the dumpster fire that is the U.S. political landscape. How do we survive in the age of Trump? Kamau and Hari are here for you. If last season was all about election insanity and revolution, this season focuses on how to resist, how to create a more perfect movement, and how to stay joyful in the face of the unknown. Subscribe now to Politically Reactive on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever else you happen to listen to the little old things we call podcasts. Enjoy Politically Reactive. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back here. Gerry Duggan, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy #1 coming out very, very soon in May. And Richard Bunn, several books coming out soon, I would imagine, as well.
Hundreds of
And we have local celebrity, Los Angeles celebrity, Angelina here. And before the break, we were going to inform her of the ruling that Richard and I came up with after our deliberations
I
here.
hope it's a movie deal.
I believe you are going to be sorely disappointed in it is the opposite of a movie deal.
That's right. You have been kicked out of utilizing the bun process in that specific incident that you were just using right there for reasons of
Commercial exploitation.
Exactly, commercial exploitation.
No.
And you are receiving a lifetime ban.
A lifetime bun?
No.
A lifetime bun ban.
A bun ban.
A bun ban.
A Richard ban.
A Richard ban for exploiting for reasons of commercial exploitation with the possibility of
parole in and your parole hearing will be in 30 seconds.
That's right.
How do you feel?
Honestly, I am astonished. I'm saddened.
She knows a lot of words. She's actually not bad. She could be a writer.
I mean, thank God I have this kerchief to wipe my tears away. And oh no, look at this kerchief. It has a picture of my face.
Okay.
my name
I can see your name.
Yes.
Yeah.
and my
what's
vagina.
you know what? I gotta
And I'm
say.
going to wipe away my tears. And you know what? If this kerchief wasn't $49.99, I would throw it right in your face.
I mean, I like the standardized pricing, but I'm not sure that a kerchief should be the same price as a T-shirt. And I also have to say, a kerchief with a picture of a vagina on it is a great idea because usually you use a kerchief to wipe up.
Right.
And so it's almost like a 2-in-1 thing here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So this is not bad. At least she was not in the middle of the bun process when she.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
No-
by the way, your parole hearing is right now.
Oh.
Yes, here it is.
All right. So, Gerry, do you mind serving on the board of the parole hearing?
I'd be happy to.
All right, and obviously Richard and I, as the
Co-judges?
initial adjudicators of this,
Right.
should be involved. But we have 3 in case there's a tie.
And if it helps, I would like to say that I am a local celebrity. I have worked with many other local celebrities who can vouch for me being a wonderful person and someone who would not abuse any sort of system, especially not the bun.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. All right. Well, what do you have to say for yourself, Angelina, here? Obviously, you've served your time here, and this is your first parole hearing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get parole on their
No.
first hearing, so,
right.
stakes are maybe low here, but there are 3 of us. So what would you like to say for yourself?
Well, I'd like to say, in the words of my good friend, Katharine Hepburn.
Katharine Hepburn is your good friend?
Good friend.
Pals?
She was a good friend.
She's passed away now.
She was a good friend.
My
and,
condolences.
Yeah, thank you. And she said to me, Angelina, you are a wonderful person, and every bathroom needs your face in it. And if you one day find a person who can help you bring your stories to life, use them, find them, have them help you because it is worth it. And then, in the words of my other wonderful friend, Sidney Poitier.
Were you guys all at this hanging out at the same time? Is
Yeah,
that
well, I don't know if you've ever heard of a bar.
a bar? Do
Yeah.
you mean like a chocolate bar, or do you mean
No,
like?
like a place where alcohol is served.
A tavern.
Indeed,
I've heard of a tavern. Yes.
Yes. Well,
I'm
there was
familiar, too.
and do you know the tavern? Do you know a tavern called Mama's Boy?
Mama's Boy. That's out of everything you've brought up.
Yeah,
that is one that I don't.
I
Yeah.
must admit I have frequented Mama's Boy. Yeah.
Have you've been to Mama's Boy?
Small
Yes, I-
place in actually in the deep recesses of Glendale.
Yes.
Mama's Boy.
What are you
And-
doing there, Richard?
Well, it's not too far from where I live, east in unincorporated section east of East Arcadia, but it's just a relatively local watering hole.
How long does it take you to get there?
I get there via car in about 16 to 18 minutes. Yeah.
I mean, it's not the closest place. I mean, normally,
Right.
like a nearby bar, you could maybe walk to in 5.
Yes, that you make a good point. But
Yeah.
we don't have any bars in my unincorporated area. So.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So Mama's Boy. So
Yes, been there.
actually, I met all of those guys in the
Boy, that is a real hangout then.
yeah.
Does
In
have a
the
storied history.
60s, it really was.
Yes.
And
This is the 60s.
Yes.
How old are you, by the way? I've never quite been able
a
to
lady will
pinpoint.
never tell her age, but I'm somewhere between.
Well, how old does that vagina look, Scott?
I mean, I don't know that I've been able to age really judge ages of vaginas.
Same,
You know, it's
same.
not like there. It's
Could be
not like a
anything.
tree where you can tell by the rings.
Right.
Or
Could be
anything.
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would use your bun method.
Styling.
They all kind of look like Katharine Hepburn in her later years.
Yeah.
You know.
Could be anything.
Yeah. So I would say using your method, I am somewhere between. It's choose the units. Yeah.
Yes.
The
Mm-hmm.
twins.
Yes, yes.
Between my 42
Mm-hmm.
and 84.
Okay.
So it's the twos. You see, that's
Yeah.
that's
That's
Yes, yes.
about what I was thinking.
Yeah.
big range.
That's yeah. I mean, it's safe to say you've had a bit of work done, right?
yeah. I have a gardener.
Right.
I have-
Not
I have a
exactly what I
builder.
meant, but I mean, personally, you've with the.
Yeah, I have therapy. I'm working on myself every day.
All right. Okay. Anyway, so Sidney Poitier is
Yeah.
there,
So-
and
Catherine
sure.
and Elton John.
Elton John got in the mix.
Elton.
In the
Wow.
60s, too.
Yeah.
This is young Elton.
Yes, very young Elton.
Pre-fame Elton.
Yeah.
Pre-fame
A lot of them.
I bet he
love-
wasn't wearing the Donald Duck
Oh,
outfit.
absolutely not. And his
It's a
no,
safe bet, I have to say, Richard.
Absolutely. not.
That is definitely. Yeah, it wasn't even a glimmer in his mind's eye. At
I
this
only
point.
make safe bets, yes.
Yes.
I know you don't have a phone, but when you do get one, Scott had mentioned earlier the internet. There is a lot, like vagina has a lot of traction on the internet.
Yeah, there are a lot of hits on that.
Lot.
There are a lot of
What do you
unique
mean?
searches.
Yeah, that's it's
Yeah, but
like-
can you see a real vagina on the internet?
You could see a photograph of one, yes.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow.
even a moving
even a
photograph.
moving images,
24 per second sometimes, if not
high
29
definition,
point.
1080p.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, when you say you only make safe bets, is that like when you bet on a football game, you bet that they're going to play football?
If I'm given the option, yes. The game will take place, yes. Something like that.
Tough one to get. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They won't have to move to another field at halftime. Those are the options. I like a safe
what,
bet, yes.
what does that pay? Like,
Very little. You get your money back, and
you don't even like you get 80 cents on the dollar back.
You get a coupon, or sometimes just a little ticket back, and you don't even know what the little the ticket is for. But
Participation
you didn't
coupon.
lose anything. You
Great.
get the satisfaction of having not lost.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this sounds like an amazing time at the bar,
Yeah,
but
Mama's Boy.
but at Mama's Boy, we're going to have to go through our deliberation
Yes,
process.
yes.
Should we let her back in the bun? Is the bun?
Should I come over there so she can't hear anything? we're
Come on
saying?
over here,
Right,
yeah.
all right, okay.
You are wearing heavy shoes, I have to say.
Yeah, they're in.
Are those orthopedic or?
They're wooden clogs in because that Geert Wilders guy didn't get elected about a month ago. That's why I'm wearing these Dutch clogs.
It's a hot ref. All right, what do we think, guys?
You know, she seems like a very well-meaning lady.
Does she?
Absolutely.
Well-meaning, perhaps for her own business.
Yes, but she's just trying to make it in this tough showbiz Hollywood town.
It's the intersection of art and commerce.
Right.
If she wants to close her eyes and dream of.
Is this something that we, as a society, have moved past anyway? Are we, we're at this point?
Everybody's
Is
selling
there
out.
any artistic integrity at all?
I don't.
But maybe.
By the way, I want to mention we our good friends at Squarespace. By the way, if you need to figure out what a landing page is, or they're always there to help you. Squarespace, make it good. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like everyone's sold out at this point.
right.
That's how I feel.
Also, Lisa Mattresses, they're our good friends. We need to make sure we mention them before the show ends. Anyway, but back to the
Yes. Here's my thought. I had some concerns and some reservations when she was going through the bun process.
some C's and R's.
Yes, some C's and R's because it seemed like she was just launching straight into an advertisement there
Sure.
that, in unwarranted fashion.
Sure.
But after having heard her speak for a little while, I am of the opinion that I really truly believe that is what was in her mind's eye. That's what she was saying.
Interesting.
That is what was in her fantasy imagination scape. She wasn't faking it until she was making it. She was being truthful to herself.
That is true. That's a good point.
So that's a point
And
in her
as the
favor.
originator of the bun process,
Yes.
I mean that is what the process is.
Yes, she
Is
wasn't
just
violating it.
Just describe it. That's interesting. Okay, so how would you vote?
I am going to vote to grant her parole and rescind the lifetime ban.
Okay, Gerry, let's turn to you. How do you vote here?
I agree. I think that she's got a dream. She's got a dream of. It's a crazy dream of, but
It's a crazy dream that anyone would ever want to see this picture of her vagina, because I'm personally repulsed by it.
Well, yes, but look, maybe the bun technique will enable the mug to get like maybe it'll turn into one of those mugs where her face, when you put the hot water, maybe then the vagina appears.
The vagina
There
gets
could
like
be-
less gross
Yes.
and scraggly
Yeah,
looking.
yeah,
I mean,
or-
because it's
Discolors?
Or what about a real picture of her face and then a cartoon vagina? There's all sorts of room
Could
to
swap that,
tweak
yeah.
it.
So you think there's work to be done?
I
so
think there's work to be done.
How do you vote?
I vote to parole her.
Okay, so then it obviously comes to me, and I vote twice to not parole her. So we're at a tie.
You get 2 votes?
Oh, wait.
Hello?
She's coming over
She's
here.
walking over here. Oh,
Hi.
hi.
I heard you guys talking, and
Oh, you did? Gosh, we thought we were being so secret.
Well, I heard
We're not insects. We're not crickets.
No, but I heard. I've been around a lot of people, and so I know when people are
Not
talking.
a weird brag, by the way. I mean, a lot of us have been around people.
No, but I've been around a lot of, and I tell you this, I can tell when
Yeah.
people are talking. Not
Okay.
everyone can do that.
Well, we were. That
You're
is
right.
true. We were talking. Yes.
Clues, mouths are moving, and sometimes sound is coming out.
There's vibrations that
and
sound
that is
like
that is actually something that Sydney taught me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, what is it, my child?
I just wanted to come over and just say, I hope that nobody feels put off by my merchandise and by my plugging. It's just that I feel a lot more connected when I see people wearing my shirt, when I can see my own vagina on other people, I feel more connected to them.
That's a good point.
So I just want to let you know that. And so there can be a discount if you guys
Okay.
want a t-shirt.
Okay.
So
Oh, a
I'm just-
discount.
It's an
Yeah.
upsell.
You know what? I'm voting another vote to let her be paroled. So it's 3-2.
It's 3-2. So you claim 3 votes for yourself.
Yes. You
Well, it
all
all
could
comes
have.
down-
You all could have voted as many times as you wanted.
We didn't.
I didn't know
I forgot
that.
about that from the bylaws.
Yeah.
So it's 3-2. So
3
she's
to 2.
granted a parole.
She's
A
granted a
parole?
parole.
Oh, I
yes,
never
you
even knew
may
I was
use
out.
the bun process.
May use the bun process.
God, thank you.
But we are not rescinding your
You're on notice.
status.
You're still
Oh.
on notice.
You remain
Oh.
on notice.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Angelina. This
Thank
is.
you so much. Now let's all seal it with a kiss on the mouth.
Oh,
Yeah. I
like
have a
all of
thing.
us, each other, or just one at a time
You
with
guys
you,
with
or-
each other, and then I will take a photo.
And you're just going to watch us do it?
yeah,
Okay,
and,
I
then
guess
I
so.
know there's a true truce.
I guess.
Kiss
I
on the
mean, Jerry,
mouth,
I've known
all
you
right.
for a long time. But
Yeah.
all right. Here
right.
we go. Ready?
Who won't mind?
Okay, and come over here to Paul.
My turn
Or,
next.
to, well, who did I think you were for a second?
I have no idea who you think I am.
Richard Bunn, obviously.
It's me, Richard Bunn.
It's your face right
Yes.
there. Of course I know you. Here
Yes.
we go. I'm about to kiss it. Here we
One,
go.
and 2, and
I was imagining you were Paul Newman, just to make it more palatable for me.
I'll take that. Yes.
And I guess all that remains is the two of you.
I suppose new acquaintance. Let's
Yeah.
kiss now on the mouth. And
There we go. Okay.
And I feel a lot better. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. Well,
All
this is
right.
great. All right. Well, I
out.
feel like we really made some progress here, and we had some work done personally.
Yes.
Here. So this is
Yes.
great. Well, we only have one thing left to do on the show, and that, of course, is a little something called plugs. Ooh, nice. That was The Plugs Are About to Land by Dean Hinkle. That's my type of music, I gotta say. All right, let's plug it up. Jerry, obviously you're plugging Guardians of the Galaxy #1 and also the Free Comic Book Day, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, Free Comic Book Day.
May 5th. You can go
Somewhere
into
near you.
Any comic book
any
store
comic
and
book
demand
store.
anything in the store.
It's all free. Just tell them I sent you. Tell them Marvel said it was free. We launch digitally and in print.
Ones and zeros,
Ones
my
and
man.
Zeros. So check out marvel.com to find a comic shop near you. There's a comic shop locator. You just put in your zip code. It'll give you a couple of options. There'll be signings everywhere on May 5th.
Are you signing anywhere?
I'm signing here in town a couple of shops. And
Are
then
you at Golden Apple where
I'm at-
you used to work?
I'm at Golden Apple.
Amazing. How's that feel to originally work at a place, dreaming of working in the industry, and then to come back as the conquering hero of Marvel's brand new #1 title.
I won't lie, it feels great.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
amazing.
A god on earth. a pudgy, well-read comic nerd god on earth.
And will you still answer questions about Beast's first appearance?
I will.
So, Comedy Bang Bang fans, if you go to a signing, here's the code.
#1.
Here's the code to let Gerry know that you're a fan and heard about him on the show. Ask about Beast's first appearance.
Yeah, what's Beast's first appearance? And I'll know exactly where you're coming from.
Great. Fantastic. And Richard Bunn, what are you plugging here?
Well, a couple things here. Later this month in April, I will be at the LA Times Festival of Books as a ticket purchasing attendee.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I will be attending that festival.
So if you are similarly attending, go up and say hi to Richard. and
Feel free, stop
If you
me.
can recognize him as much as I did.
Yes, I hope you can from my book jackets. Absolutely. And in addition, this very week on April 5th, my podcast, my program, Mr. Right, right with a W, play on words, is coming out. The second season of it coming out on Howl. So please check that out. If you don't already subscribe to Howl, you can go to howl.fm and use the promo code RIGHT, that's right with a W, WRITE, and you'll get 1 free month of subscription to Howl. So please do that.
My goodness.
And I've got a bunch of tremendous guests on this season of Mr. Right with the W, play on words, and it's me speaking with other writers, and we're talking about writing, and just great guests. Were you going to say something, Gerry?
I was just going to say, have me on sometime.
Oh, I
Season
would.
3.
Yes, I would love to.
I'll hope for a pickup.
That would be great. That would be
love
great.
to.
Yes.
All right, Angelina, obviously we know what you're going to plug. You have obviously the T-shirts, you have the
Mugs.
kerchiefs, the mugs. Anything else with your vagina on it?
Bathrooms.
Bathrooms.
Yeah, so just keep an eye out in all bathrooms. You'll see a lot of promotion, and then when you're walking down the street, trees.
trees.
I often will staple my ads to the trees as well. So
Sure.
please keep an eye out for that, and also my pink 2001 Toyota Solara,
Sure.
VJ 111111.
A tribute
that's
to your
street
ex-husband as a person who would pick the videos.
Put on
Exactly.
DVD.
My husband, a video jockey. Not DVDs, VHSs.
Oh,
and
So, and it meant so much to you. You wanted to immortalize
Yeah.
that activity.
he was so good at it.
Yes.
Yeah, and so if you see that
Whatever
cover,
happened to him?
just-
Why is he an ex, by the way?
Yeah. What happened?
Well,
I mean, he
that's
worked
it.
with frog poison.
and that's all. I mean, that tells
Did
you
he
everything.
get frightened to death as well?
Poisoned?
He got. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Live by the frog, die by the frog.
that's what they say.
As they
Live
say.
by the frog, you die by the-
Well, I mean, the frogs say ribbit, but if
Right.
you were to translate it into
Absolutely,
English.
and that's why they love The Godfather so much, because they understood. They understood the between power and violence.
I want to plug. Let's see if you. Speaking of Howl, you can hear our recent South by Southwest shows over there. With
wonderful.
great guests like intern Gino was on both shows, and Nick Kroll is there, and Seth
Didn't
Morris.
Bob show up? And
Odenkirk is there, and John Hodgman, and Jess McKenna, some great people out there at South by. You can hear both of those on Howl. And I want to thank some sponsors here. Hey, thank you so much to Ben Trimble, Charles Wallace, and Scott Cowell for donating recently. Thank you so much. Something special's coming out to you, trying to get through these donors and send. They're piling up. Thank you so much. All right, that's all I want to. That's all I want to plug. Right? There's nothing else. Right?
Plugged up.
Yeah, plug it up. Let's close up the old plug bag.
Talk about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags. I'm talking about bags and bags. I'm talking about opening bags.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Been a fun show. We learned a lot about the bun process, which is endlessly fascinating because only limited by our own personal mindscapes.
Yes, exactly.
And I expect to, when I read further issues of Guardians of the Galaxy, I expect to see some of this used.
I'm rushing home now to open up my mind's eye.
I think on the splash page, I want to see lots of calendars.
Yes,
Calendars,
it helps out.
probably some turds that are becoming self-aware. A lot of
And
folks
maybe
are-
Don Henley may make a special appearance.
Yep.
Let's hope.
And Brando.
Maybe a Marvel
course.
version of Don Henley.
That's right.
Don Henley.
And Angelina, good luck to you with whatever awaits you before one would assume your imminent death.
If we're lucky.
All right. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
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 So you're done listening to your show, excuse me.
Good for you, you
And
made
all
it.
you keep saying to yourself, yeah, good for you. Good for you. And like you keep saying to yourself, what do I listen to next? I finished the murder one and I finished the guy's missing one. Oh, I want another laugh. How can I laugh?
Well, you could turn on the Ronna and Beverly
Excuse
podcast.
me. Would it kill you to turn on the Run and Beverly podcast?
Yep.
You want to hear celebrities talk about their lives?
Yep.
You want to hear celebrities pushed against the wall, ask questions?
You want to hear two brilliant women tell you everything you need to know about life, liberty, and the pursuit of everything?
You looking for advice?
Then you should be listening to the Ronna and Beverly podcast.
You want to hear a bra commercial?
And if you've never heard the show before, feel free to start with the Beginner's Guide to Ronna and Beverly, narrated by the wonderful Paul Scheer. After you listen to us and fall in love, go to iTunes, Stitcher, all the apps, and go ahead and put in 5 stars. What's wrong with you?
We know people are listening. We're going to start going to weekly. We're at bi-weekly right now.
Yep.
Make it worth that time.
Yeah.
Kiss, kiss.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Chris Bannon, and Colin Anderson. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.